temperatures used to reach their normal high of about 82 degrees by this afternoon. Clear skies tonight with a low of 70. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow, sticky and humid with a high of 7. With the winds out of the east at 14 miles per hour, it's currently 75 degrees. Partial clearing tonight with a low of 74. More showers developing tomorrow and not expected.
I've been out in clubs, I've been out all over the place, and people will come up to me and they'll shake my hand and say, "Oh, it's good to see you out." And I look at them like, "Good to see me out." You know, like, where am I supposed to be, in a closet, hanging out?
What I can do, what probably people don't think I can do, is I can cook and I can drive. I might not be a great cook, I might not be a great driver, but I can do both.
People say some of the dumbest things. Like, I'll be at the grocery store loading the groceries into my car, and people and then I go to get in my car and well, do you need help in your car? It's like, well, I wouldn't have come to the grocery store if I couldn't get back in my car.
I've gone up to people, start talking shit, and they're like, "Oh," I go, "What, you're not gonna hit a kid in a chair? Fucking hit me, I'll hit you back."
Quadriplegic rugby was developed in Canada, and the original name for the game was Murderball.
What we do is we take these wheelchairs and make them into a gladiator, a battling machine, a Mad Max wheelchair that can withstand knocking the living daylights out of each other.
The majority of the people that play wheelchair rugby have broken their necks. So we have rods, plates, screws inside. The biggest misconception is, "You're quadriplegic? Oh, I thought they couldn't move their arms." And I'm like, "No, I have impairment in all 4 limbs."
The higher you break your neck, the less mobility you have. So we're given point values ranging from 0.5 point to 3.5 points based on what you can move. You can't exceed 8 points on the court at one time.
Well, I'm a 2 because I have some hand function and full arm function. My hands don't close, they only open. So kind of like spatulas for pancakes or flipping people off. When I was 16, I was in a car accident. The car hit a tree and made the car flip, and when it flipped, the roof came down on my head. And I became an incomplete C6 quadriplegic.
I was out on the back porch and he was trying to pick a fight with me, and he picked me up and threw me off the deck, and he punched me and it snapped my spinal cord. I've got a few muscles left, but for the most part, my trunk's paralyzed to about right here. I've got a bicep, my triceps are paralyzed, I've got very little finger function. Hold on, let me move them. There, did you see him? I moved him.
One thing that we do to help grip the ball is we add some kind of glue, so it's sticky, and you can actually pick the ball up and throw it.
I'm a 3 and my grip is affected. I can't close that. Plus I'm missing a muscle in my left shoulder. My accident happened in Florida when I was 18. My buddy spun out, threw me into a canal, and I spent 13.5 hours in the canal, holding onto a branch until somebody found me.
He has always been what I call a tough kid. You know, I know very few people that would ever fuck with Mark.
Just to see him out on the court with the tattoos up his arm and the goatee, he's intimidating. He's one of these players that people try to just stay away from.
Jason.
Jay, where do you want to go?
Down or up?
To the
Where?
back up.
Where?
Back.
Where? 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 Where do you want to go? Shut up. Where do you want to go?
No, not.
call security?
My hypothesis on Mark was he was very much an asshole before he was in the wheelchair, so any attempt to try to point to the wheelchair or the accident as the cause of his grumpiness would be an utter hoax.
Und hier trifft sich frei und er steht auf und dankt.
Yeah, we just arrived today from Stockholm and we just saw a lot of people in wheelchairs and of course wonder what they're doing.
The United States has dominated the sport of wheelchair rugby for the last 10 years.
I'll be the first one to say, look, I just want to beat the bloody Americans more than any team.
Other countries find the United States pretty arrogant. They've been winning this game for a long time.
Hey boys, that's what we came to fucking do.
There's been, I believe, 11 international competitions. The U.S. has won all of them.
Right about? Okay, Bobby.
Yeah, I can, but Kevin came over here during one of our games, and we weren't, so he wanted to kick us out the same way. Fuck you, bitch.
Joe Soares is arguably the best quad rugby player in the world. Childhood polio took Joe's ability to walk, but not his drive to excel.
My Uncle Joe, you go to his house and he has this wall of fame. It's not just a small little shelf. It's huge.
Joe's one of the most competitive men I've ever been around. It shows in his sports accomplishment and it shows in his efforts. Being around him is like being around Elway and all those other guys that I hang out with. Just a great competitor.
In '96, Joe was the man. That gold medal, he was a huge part of that. Unfortunately, his speed started going down. He became older, so he got cut.
Joe got a little upset, a little angry he didn't make the team, tried to take us to court.
He pissed and moaned and cried over it, and he lost all of his protest.
Just because things didn't work out for him, he jumped ship and left to go up north. And now he's coach of Team Canada.
2, 3, Canada!
Yeah! He took the plays with him. He took some of our calls with him, so he'd know when to attack and how to attack.
USA, learn a new way.
If Joe was on the side of the road on fire, I wouldn't piss on him to put it out.
Yeah! 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 Yeah, baby, yeah! Yeah, anytime, big boy.
He thought that I should respect him for just who he was. Well, fuck you. I ain't gonna respect you for who you are. You gotta gain respect through me.
Move you from my face if you yell at it again.
Oh, man, if you think you're man enough, okay? Oh, go suck eggs, boy. This is ours for the taking, boys. This is ours. So tonight, no drinking, go to bed early, and get ready for USA in the finals. Yeah. You got that? All right, boys, great job! Great job! Great job!
Tomorrow, I don't want to see anyone talking to anyone else except for your team. They're going to be talking all kinds of trash. Joe's going to say whatever the hell Joe says. I don't care. The only reason why Joe went to Canada is to beat the United States. And we're going to take care of business. We're going to kick the shit out of them.
It's our time! We wanted them! We got them! This is it! On the count of 3!
Let him come! 1, 2, 3,
The objective basically is to inbound the ball we play on a regulation basketball court. You go from one end to the other end.
Stop the ball! Stop the ball! Stop the ball! Stop the ball!
Two wheels have to cross over the line with possession of the ball, and you get 1 point. The other guys stop you by slamming their chair into you.
Help him! Dave! Dave! Help him!
You have to dribble the ball or pass to a teammate once every 10 seconds. But other than that, it's basically kill the man with the ball.
Everybody get back! Everybody get back! Get the hell back! Get the hell! Get over here! Get over here! Get over here! Everybody over here! Everybody stay here! Yeah, cheap crap! Push, G! Motherfuckers! Blow the whistle, please. Tell them not to stop. You got Declan right there. He's behind you. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pressure. Pressure. Head up. Head up. USA down. Hit to this man. That's your job.
Play position. When you're back here on this last man standing, stay with this man. We're gonna do this, guys. It's gonna happen right now.
It was really an exciting thing. Congratulations. It looks so sad there's going to be other tournaments. Thank you.
Present this man.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Excellent.
Great job, great job.
We stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
You're the best coach.
Fuck. Andy, do I need to buy a beer or something? Do I need to buy a beer? Andy, if we would have lost by 1, I would have been happy for your ass.
But if you would have paid your dues in the U.S., you would have been fucking head coach. I know you would have because you have more knowledge. Just like you.
I paid my dues for 12 years, buddy. You know what? You've got many years to play afterwards. Guess what, bud? That was my last shot, baby.
How does it feel to betray your country, man?
59, 4 minutes.
There's a perception that everyone can play this game. But we start with 500 players that play in the United States. We whittle down that group and get our best 12 players. And the level of the play that's going to be in Athens is far higher than World Championships was in 2002. I mean, you got to pull in the 12 guys that are there that are going to have your back in order to win a gold.
5 minutes.
All players.
Let's do a game called Sweat. It's just, it's 5 cards up each time.
Wow.
Good call, Bobby.
Stiff checks. Out.
Out. All right, I'm in. What the hell?
No. Bobby.
Flip him.
Flip him.
Full house.
Explain to us why you think he's interesting.
We respect Joe. Hopefully he respects us, and that's it.
I don't.
I think he tried to help us with some fundamentals. He tried to help us with some clutch situations.
Who cares? Does that just make him a shining
Does that mean
star
you
in
go?
the sky?
Does that mean you go coach Canada?
On the professional level, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Play card.
That's number 2 on the list of most stupid things I've ever heard. I heard at this camp, I heard Sam say he doesn't like big tits.
Yeah, he doesn't like big tits.
And he'd dump a girl with big tits.
I
Everything
never
was
said that. Don't lie.
But
Don't lie.
It's over.
Don't lie.
They get in the way.
I like athletic girls. That's what I said all along that night when they asked me.
You knew you weren't gonna live that one down.
I'm okay with my sexuality. I can say that. I don't like big tits.
You like shoes though.
I do like shoes.
Everybody who gets hurt thinks they're going to walk again. Your mind becomes a bigger disability than physical stuff. I had the idea that I would get better and walk again, so I was kind of just going to hide and kind of deny the whole thing until it went away. I didn't go outside, I even got to the point where I got scared to get the newspaper in the morning just because I thought people would look at me, like in the driveway. And just that kind of fed itself.
What's really hard is the first 2 years. Quadriplegics, when they come out of the hospital after they've broken their neck and they've got very little function, when they get out, they can't do anything for themselves. They've got someone helping them, someone wiping their ass, and they work for the next 3 to 4 years trying to get independent. It's a mind fuck in the beginning, and then either you make it or you don't.
All his life, as soon as he was able to get on a tricycle, he's been on wheels. Bicycles, dirt bikes, quads. He loved wheels. Now, one of the favorite things in the world to Keith hurt him.
You got it. All right. Now come back down.
When you go down to that gym, you realize how much you're broken down. You're really almost at an infant's level. You get frustrated because you can't even lift your arm up to itch your nose. Just shaking hands with somebody, I can't even make a firm grip with my hand to present myself. And that type of reality check, you can't explain to anybody. Yeah, Velcro's put on too tight.
Hello, my name is Joe Torres. And I have to tell you, brother,
This is the wall that's about me. These are the trophies that I've won through the years. So we go through all this, and we have Texas. Those are my MVPs. Those are my MVPs. I'm doing you, Joe. Come on over here, Joe. We're having fun. This here is the gold medal from Sweden that we won, Joe. We're glad that he can keep it in his room. I think he's got the Canadian flag put proudly there.
Raider. Hey, did somebody invite this guy? Did somebody invite this guy over here?
To go from winning gold medals for the United States, just because he snubbed at one tryout camp, he's going to turn around and snub his entire country? No, because he is Benedict Arnold.
Okay, Benedict Arnold was in a war, and when he betrayed his country, many people died because of that. Okay, this isn't a war.
War to me. It's war to me, baby. Look out, Athens.
Robert, open this up and let me know if you want to cook longer. Okay, open it up now. Get a fork and use that knife. Just cut a piece at the corner.
What would you say?
I don't know. Cut a little piece off. It's your taste, not mine. I have no idea what you like. I know you like it raw, but yeah, I know, but I like it one way. You like it another. You cut it. Well, guess what? I'm busy. Put it in here.
And 1, and 2, and 3. We're in Canada Rugby, we're far from our home. When people don't like us, they leave us alone. We drink and get drunk. We're Canada Rugby, so piss off and die.
I'll just say one thing, okay?
Curfew 10 o'clock.
In a year and a half, we have become the strongest family I've ever had, as far as a second family, okay? You guys have really made me feel right at home, and I absolutely consider you guys my boys. You guys are my boys, and you'll be my boys for life.
This is the poster my dad got when he actually went to the Paralympics in 1996. He's right here. He's getting chased by one of the guys with his ball. This is actually a shirt that my dad ended up giving to me. He didn't actually want it anymore though, but I don't know why. It has the quad rugby team from 1996 on it. There's Joe. Right there.
There's Dad.
Dad. There's the dad. My dad is one of the best rugby players in the world. But it's annoying to dust my dad's trophy wall because sometimes you even have to get up on a ladder and go all the way up to the top and dust up there and dust in and out and around every single trophy.
Robert's known for two things, getting nothing but A's and B's, and that his dad's in a wheelchair and plays wheelchair rugby.
My son's report card, he received an award of merit for his outstanding performance as school safety patrol.
You get trophies for necessarily good work. I got this for this team high honor roll for conduct, grades, and behavior.
Joe never really sat and bitched to me that, you know, my kid doesn't do this, my kid doesn't do that. But you could hear it in some of the things he'd say. Oh, he doesn't play sports, and I wish he would. And he'd try to convince him to it and get him to try something, and it wouldn't stick.
6th grade year was really hard because before I got moved up to advanced classes, the kids thought I was just a smarty pants and a know-it-all and all the other stuff.
Kids, you get very jealous and want to pick on me and Robert, or just Robert.
One day I ripped a page out of his book to teach him a lesson, and I'll do it again if he acts up again. Stop.
I always told them, if some bully's picking on you, if you have no other recourse and they're coming after you, then go right for the nose.
I remember I was either 7 or 8, and there was this one kid. He would call me cripple and, you know, gimp and everything else, and he made me really mad. And I just made sure I waited for the right opportunity, and I was close enough to him, and I was sitting on the ground, because of course I couldn't walk, and I tripped him, and he went down, and when I did, I jumped on him, and once I had him, I just beat the living hell out of him, because my upper body was a lot stronger than his.
Sink like a rock.
Mark is definitely what I would classify as a jock. And I never would have given it any thought to hang out with jocks, to be honest.
When I met her, she was doing an internship at the morgue. How many girls do you meet that work at the morgue and that are cool and enjoy it? Cute.
I actually really miss working at the morgue. I miss the work. I miss the people. First time I saw Mark Zupan was at a friend of ours' funeral. He rolled in, introduced himself, and I don't think we had a moment apart from that night. Yeah. I really think it's curiosity that attracts a lot of girls to quadriplegics, and I think maybe also to some extent it's the mothering instinct.
Doesn't mean we're not smart. I don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But you are always trying to keep it real. I'm in love with how you
I had a girlfriend prior to the injury, and as I get discharged from here and get back to my private life, how would that affect, will I be able to be sexually active?
The short answer is yes. We have a video to show how to do it. As time goes on, we're going to go through a whole program in terms of what techniques you may need. Often, adjustment after spinal cord injury involves a reevaluation or reordering of priorities in one's life. One must work through the issue of, why did this happen to me? And make a conscious decision to move forward in life.
Women are not threatened by the guy that's in the chair. They come up, strike on great casual conversation, and you're like, okay, is she seeing the chair or is she seeing me?
You know, like everyone's like, what's your approach, Scott? How do you work these women? Fuck it, man. I'm like, the more pitiful I am, the more the women like me.
The girls who are interested, you know, if they really like you, there is one question that pops in their head pretty quick. But they don't want to come out and say it, so they'll start with like, oh, you know, how'd you get hurt?
So you can move them some, or can move your arms?
Yeah, I can move them. See, it takes about 10 to 20 minutes of working that chick, and then she finally drops the bomb, you know, can you do it?
Is it dead?
No, it's all still very, very good.
I think everyone here, ding, ding, ding.
Woohoo! Wait, so some can get it up, but
Some
not...
can't. It's not a given with every quad. When I first got injured, I was in intensive care, and everyone was curious to how I was going to be, how much function I was going to have when I came out of my coma that I was in. I was about ready to wake up, and the nurses decided to give me a bed bath in the bed. And the one nurse got so excited that I got a Woody, she ran outside and got my mom and showed her my erection.
Really?
Yeah.
Physical changes occur immediately after spinal cord injury. Before you engage in any sexual activity with a partner, it would be helpful to know how your new body works. This can most effectively be accomplished by masturbating.
In rehab, the first thing I learned how to do was jerk off. That's good. You know, that's the very first thing I learned. You know, I'd rather be able to grab my meat than grab a toothbrush.
You break your neck, and look, these things may be impaired, but, you know, that still works, and when you're in a chair, you usually like to eat pussy.
humorous at times to watch the process of trying that. You know, you might fall over, you might have to do some modifications to it.
Well, but so does the girl have to be on top?
A lot of girls like being on top.
I got a modified doggy style that I kind of perfected. Since I have less hand grip, I use a towel. I wrap a towel like, or a belt around her like waist, and then I like hold it like right there, and then just do my thing, you know?
My first full-on sex after being in a wheelchair was a very great moment in my life, just knowing that I could just still, not just the physical act, but that, you know, you could still go out one night, meet a girl, and get lucky. Things that you don't think are possible anymore.
I try to be constructive, okay? Constructive stuff you got to be able to accept. And you can't be sensitive, okay? And if you do your job, am I going to yell at you? How do you think you guys have gotten to the level where we are right now? And that's because when you mess up, you need someone there. Hey, when you were growing up, let me ask you something. When you guys were growing up, and your dad told you not to do something, and you did it, what did he have to do? He had to ground you, right? Whichever way. Whichever way. Well, guess what? I'm the same way. I've got to do that, okay?
My theory on discipline, if you start early and you let them know that you will back up what you say, then usually by age 5, the discipline is already established. Come here. Please don't do that. Don't do that again. You hear me? Stop acting up. Robert, go with Mom. Go with Mom now.
Nice out here. Why did I hear better?
If I say it again, you're done. If you give them tough love, they learn the difference from wrong and right. And my dad was a police officer. If you badmouthed him, you did anything at all, there was consequences. And he was very hard-nosed, and he had really huge hands, and he hit really hard. And I let him know that it's not even close what I do to him than what my father did to me. Thank you. Robbie's not gonna want that. Robbie's not gonna want that, is he?
No, he won't.
You need to calm down on Robert a little bit.
You think he'd be who he is without the discipline that he gets from me? He wouldn't be. Okay? And sometimes, yeah, hey, every parent goes a little bit overboard sometimes, but I'd rather be too strict than not be strict enough.
To you.
It's Team Canada, hopefully. A gold, baby. Golden rainbow.
Rugby at one point took over a lot. Rugby. They're like, you used to be like addicted. It's like an addiction. It's like some drug, like a drug for him.
When it comes closer to the point in time where the game is going to go on, he gets more edgy, more irritable.
Robert, I got up this morning at 6:30. I went to bed at 12. We're doing it tomorrow. So we could do like 3 threes and like a deuce out there. I figure Trevor would be a great
The doctor wants him to take it easy and not get overstressed. And Joe is continuing to coach, and he wants to continue to play.
No! He doesn't have the ball! So we will keep on right away until we see you go white. Fabian, get out of there! Oh, for God. Oh, yeah. On the count of 3! 1, 2, 3!
He said he has a little knot there.
Wire.
Do you want 50 or 25 Demerol?
50.
50?
It's a 6-French sheet.
50 Demerol, Kristen.
I was playing college soccer. We went out after a game we won. Had a few too much to drink, so I went and passed out in my buddy's pickup truck. He crashed, and then I went flying. He was drunk, and that was that.
Knowing Zupan and Igo as well as I do, this day, 10 years later, sometimes I feel worse for Igo than I do for Zupan.
Why isn't Igo at our 10-year reunion? I mean, there was apprehension on both of their parts because this is something very difficult.
I believe he feels if he came here, some part of Igo's mind would say, everyone else in this reunion is going to be looking at us and saying, there's Mark and the guy that put him in the wheelchair.
They were two best friends, and after the accident, Chris Igo thought I was gonna beat the shit out of him, and I hugged him. What else could I do? I says, this was an accident. I know you didn't do this intentionally, and as a result of that, don't worry about it. But you are responsible, and don't forget that either.
I didn't have a lot of anger. I had a lot of concern. I had concern that my son was going to die, and I had concern that Chris wasn't going to survive the mental challenge. It's got to be horrendous to live with that every day.
Your best friend?
It has to be horrendous.
The night of the accident started pretty innocently enough. We were doing shots with the girls, and we were, just slamming beer senseless. Next thing I know, I'm getting woken up by the bouncer. I had driven drunk prior to that. Everybody pretty much had. It wasn't a big deal at that point. I'm just thinking, all right, I'm gonna get home. He had to have got launched all the way over this and landed in the canal. And, I had absolutely no idea that he was in the truck. And I had a long, hard time, accepting that fact because it's just so foreign. For me to come back and see this, I don't know. I'm not getting a real emotional reaction. It's just a place that something bad happened. There was an accident, It was simply an accident. People talk about hitting rock bottom. I mean, not to sound like overly dramatic or anything, but I was definitely acting suicidal, whether I knew that or not.
They quite possibly been the two worst personalities for this accident to happen to together. You've got Zupan, who is not an emotional person that's going to say, Igo, let's get all this out. Let's hear it. You feel guilty. I understand your guilt. I can help you with that. You've got Igo, who very much is, I don't need anyone's help.
Was he sober or was he drunk?
They seem to have the perfect storm of personality quirks that may prevent the two of them from ever saying exactly what the other one needs to hear or to make both of them whole to move forward with it.
I was pretty hard on him. I would have him come get me, and he had a pager, and I just blew up his pager. I just would continually call. I would project my anger on the people that I care about. I mean, when you come out of rehab, you have traces of your old self just everywhere. Where you used to sit after you'd come home from I don't know, a soccer game, a party, or whatever, or just seeing soccer shoes or stuff you would use in an able-bodied life in your closet. You have pictures. You have pictures of you playing sports. You have your friends. You figure out that home isn't necessarily comforting, but it gets to you inside.
Just keep it up. That's all we ask.
All sniffed up. You must be going somewhere.
Yeah, home.
Oh, God. Good luck, Keith.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Keith, you're leaving us.
If you guys want, write down like your contacts. I'll definitely let you know when we're gonna go out. They'll definitely be having like parties and stuff, and an all-out party where all you guys are gonna come down.
That's good. I'll be there, man.
Oh, come on. Is this a therapy joke?
I didn't pick the card, actually. Melissa did, so you can blame it on her. Let me help you.
I got it.
You said you were hurting your shoulder. You've been waiting for half an hour.
Next 5 minutes of that one. It's gonna be a little tighter, but.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
That's a new chair, right?
Yeah, it looks brand new.
That little one in there, I gave to him like the first week.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't leave that.
That first week that he was in Robert Wood.
I mean, there was a little more compact. There's one we were looking at had a case and everything. It did really
Especially
nice
in the
out
summer,
there.
like
Rain
the rain
and everything.
patio.
But this really sucks.
What sucks?
I said this like everything here is nice and all.
Well, this is Lee going. This has to.
I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
This sucks.
It's just like when you came from Robert Wood to Kessler. It was a new transition, different schedule. You gotta give it a couple weeks.
Let's just have a moment.
Yeah, but
Preach to me all you want. It's not gonna make a difference.
You can't.
Yeah, I'm thankful I'm here. I could have been so much worse off. But the fact is what was once normal will never be the same. And that's just settling in right now.
Sure you want to see this? Imagine if you didn't have this on.
Selection is a hard part. We've got a great responsibility going towards Athens. We're going there to win gold, and selected a team that I feel gives us the best opportunity to do that. From Tempe, Arizona, Andy Cohn. From San Diego, California, Sam Glore, Cliff Chun, Lynn Nelson, Brent Poppin, Bob Lujano. From Phoenix, Arizona, Scott Hogsett. From Austin, Texas, Mark Zupan. This is the 2004 USA Paralympic Rugby Team.
Hey, how are you? We're trying to learn all their names. Hi, Carly. We're trying to learn all their names. Give Mr. Martin, can you shake his hand?
What's your name? Melissa? It's nice to meet you.
So do you like rugby, huh, Melissa? Do you like it?
Be a little bashful.
You have a question?
I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Sure.
How'd you eat your pizza with your elbows?
How did I eat it with my elbow? Well, I just picked it up like this. I use this chair to help me. This is my everyday chair. Just get up like this. Underneath the seatbelt. Slide in.
How did you lose your arms?
Oh, I got sick when I was like 9 years old and contracted a blood disease. But I'm all right. That's all that matters. I'm alive. I use everything I have to get through life. So that's what we all have to do. Use everything we have.
I contracted meningococcal when I was 9 years old, and it's an early stage of meningitis, very rare form, just happens overnight, just like picking up a cold. I couldn't really do anything for me. They pretty much counted me off, that I wasn't going to make it. They brought a priest in to give last rites and everything, so they looked pretty grim. And then I just woke up and had no legs. That's what I remember being wheeled into the emergency room. And I can kind of look down and I saw my legs and my feet and just heading to the operating room, just kind of knew this wasn't good. My father was very much instrumental in helping me deal with everything. I remember times whenever kids would kind of laugh or point, he would kind of laugh along with them and kind of joke about it. Once I saw him kind of lightening the situation, it didn't make me feel upset or hurt. I am a 33-year-old single male in Birmingham, and I think I'm living what every person that's a single male is supposed to be living. I live independently, I take care of myself, cook for myself, have my own job. These are my artificial limbs, and I use it primarily just to button up and zip up, and I also have to use them to drive. When I first started out, I drove without them, and I got in a car accident, and the first thing they said was, "Do you have your seatbelt on?" "No." "Do you have your arms on?" "No." Of course, it's very much humiliating, but yet, life still goes on. It was a dream that I had where I was flying, and I've actually had it a couple of times, actually very much the same dream, where I'm at my grandmother's house, and that was the house where I lost my limbs as well. And I just remember having a dream where I was just flying out into the backyard, flying over the roof of the house, flying, among the trees. I do see myself having limbs as I was flying. It was, a very liberating feeling, and not wanting it to end and wanting to keep it going,
If he didn't have that exercise, he would be probably gone.
My doctor said you've got a heart of a bull.
I believe it.
Anybody want to join me in a toast?
Come over here, guys.
This is the first time we've seen Uncle Joe since his heart attack, and thank God his heart's pumping strong, and he's doing much better, and he looks great. He's in great health to his future and good health, and God bless him.
My special brother.
I'll be honest here. I'm living the American dream. My family moved here to the U.S. at age 11. And if I had stayed in Portugal, I probably would not have any near the opportunities in life as I've had living here in the U.S. If you've got a disability in Portugal, they become ashamed of having someone. It's a sign of weakness to them. So it's not that I'm not a proud American, you know, I still believe in my country, I live here, but I have a job to do, and it's been a great ride with Team Canada.
Uncle Joe! Uncle Joe! Joe, do a 360!
Okay, 360 coming up. Woo!
Okay, that's funny.
After his heart attack, he grew. It's like he grew, he matures.
For some reason, he woke up. God touched Joe somehow. He did. I do believe in that.
I believe him too.
I do believe in that. And everything changes because the way Joe talks is like the new Joe.
He's smart as a whip. Straight A's 3 years in a row. He plays the viola. He's pretty good at it, you know.
I always knew that Joe would grow up to be somebody. He had that fortitude about him. He had a great personality and he had a lot of drive. Unbelievable. For a man to confine to a wheelchair, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I underlined my home phone number. I got the cell number in back.
You look good. You
Thank
really
you.
do.
Thank
You
you.
look good.
I'm actually the only person in the world to have all 3 world championships in wheelchair rugby.
Good grief.
I don't think God is into competition, but I think God rewards those who help people out. And the man up there is giving me the strength to be a better coach now than ever, okay? Because, you know, I'm hoping he blesses my team.
Don't get the Americans going your way. Just beat them. Beat their asses off. They deserve the good beating.
You'll take it, baby.
This tournament is very important for us because it gives us an opportunity to reclaim what we feel is ours, which being the #1 seed going into the Paralympics.
Are we ready to play here, boys? Yeah! Are we ready? USA! Canada! Go get them! Watch Zupan! Watch Zupan! Attack, 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 attack! Attack! Swab him! Swab him! Swab him! Swab him! Swab him! Now! The red machine will crush. We'll crush, okay? Let's go get this. 1, 2, 3. USA!
and gentlemen, the gold medal winning team, the United States.
Is there any way you can take an earlier flight to get to my concert?
I'm going to try to go as quick as I can. Okay, and I miss you, and I love you.
I have 6 students that did all the writing playoffs and all the written playoffs. So when I call your name, please come down. Samuel Fraser, Caitlin Grant, Jenny Park, Laura Payne, and Robert Soares. Good job. Good job.
How you doing, bud? Oh, I'm proud of you. You did a good job, bro.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this for you guys, and then I'll tell you a little bit about me, and then a little bit about the sport itself.
Meet the U.S. Wheelchair Rugby Team. Wheelchair rugby, also known as quad rugby, is for athletes who are quadriplegics.
When people in the community see you in a wheelchair, they kind of treat you like you're made of glass, and they're worried you're fragile, things like that. But in wheelchair rugby, it's kind of just high-speed bumper cars. It's a good way of thinking of it.
What team are you on? You on one of them teams there?
I play for the United States Paralympic Rugby Team.
Do you wear helmets?
No, man.
And why not?
You don't want to do it wearing elbow pads, shin pads, a helmet, or whatever. And that might be just a macho man thing, but...
Is there a technique to, like, falling?
You just don't lead with your head.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's kind of interesting because I've actually done more in a chair than I did able body. Don't let this thing limit you for doing anything you want.
Let's just say that down the road as we play, now I have the mentality that I don't want to be in this wheelchair for the rest of my life.
Yeah, of course I'm talking about.
But say we do start walking, do we get kicked off the team right away? Or
And if you make a full recovery and get out of the chair and walk away, well, then that might be one of the things you have to give up to go walk away.
What is that made from?
Aluminum.
It's aluminum? You just got to put on them like that?
Yeah, I had it made. It's custom to each person. This chair's totally different than an everyday chair.
All right, ready? 1, 2. You sure you want to do this?
How I feel, big dog?
How it feel?
Feels like I'm on a battering ram.
It's different, right? That's so How are you feeling it?
It's unreal. It's a whole different aspect of being in a wheelchair. See how rugged it is? Run into anything.
We can't.
I
You can't
won't.
do it.
How
You're in a
can I?
hospital. You can't do it.
We go outside?
You're on hospital grounds and you're, God forbid something goes wrong or hurt yourself or anything, you're still a little fragile.
Can I give him a love tap?
No, no.
You stand there.
No.
He's not gonna fall out. I'm not gonna.
I don't want to ruin your chair either. Why do people just throw their body at it?
Yeah. And you're strapped in a little differently when you're in it. So.
Okay. I swear.
For those of you who aren't aware, the Paralympic Games follow just a few weeks after the Olympic Games. This year they'll be running September 17th through the 28th in Athens, using all the same venues and events, stadiums, everything in Athens, Greece.
You're playing, competing, and right now we are too. So just
It's an amazing sport to watch, and I think until you see it live, it's really hard to appreciate.
So the games is just going to be the hardest training of my life.
I mean, this is just crazy. I didn't expect anything like this.
Tell me about wheelchair rugby.
It used to be called Murderball, but you can't really market Murderball to corporate sponsors.
We've been hearing about a rivalry between the U.S. and Canadian quad rugby team.
You guys are really out there going after each other.
We have a reputation of always staying on top and always winning gold, so we don't want to be the first team to let our country down and not win.
Great, thanks very much.
Thank you. I came a day early and I went and spoke at a rehab hospital, and there's this young guy that just got hurt, and he's hurt. He was told about rugby. I brought a rugby chair. We couldn't get him out of the rugby chair when it was time to leave. He's just like, this is great. I want to go hit stuff. I want to. So just to see that, his eyes lighten up and being so happy, it's just so fulfilling.
NBC 13 has more with the American Paralympic Rugby Team.
The country's Paralympic rugby team preps for its biggest day in 4 years. The Paralympic Games in Athens, Greece are just a month away.
Watching the Olympic ceremony the other day, the opening ceremony, that really got my blood going, realizing that we're only, less than 30 days away.
Hey, Bobby, have you seen Ocean's 11? Yeah. Remember that dude, the little Asian guy that gets in that box and they break into the bank or the casino?
Hey.
Well, we're going to try that with you.
You know how funny that would be? Oh my God, I'm going to piss myself.
Me too, I gotta pee.
So
are they coming
let's
down?
call the girls.
No, we're asking if we can
Call
do
the
it.
girls.
All right. Oh, just flip it upside down.
Yeah, just put it right over top.
Your Dana just there you go.
Will it work?
Oh, exactly.
Bobby, are you comfortable?
Yep.
Sorry, not.
Hold on. Where are you going?
Oh,
fuck. Peeing? Bobby's gonna suffocate.
Scott needs a hand.
Quickly, my box fell over with my bag in it.
He just needs a hand real quick. I can't pick up the bag.
Good.
I mean, I think you
just pick it up quick, I guess.
Just pick it up quick.
Should I put it like this?
No, because I don't think I'd pick it up, and then the bag will be.
Just pick it straight up.
Pick it straight up.
All right.
Yeah, Bobby!
Yeah, that was real fucking funny.
I went to the wedding and my chick's mom's sister comes up. She goes, "Hi, Scotty. I'm so and so. I hear you're going to the Special Olympics." And all of a sudden I went from being the man at the wedding to a fucking retard. And I mean, it was the worst feeling. Special Olympics is something that happens once a year, and it's for people who are mentally challenged. What they do in the Special Olympics is very honorable. It's amazing what they can do. But this is something that's totally different.
Little different. We're not going just for this feel-good, please pat me on the back, thank you. Thank you for participating. Yeah. No.
We're not going for a hug. We're going for a fucking gold medal.
When we're pressing, we got to put emphasis on stopping Kirkland, stopping Zupan. Jump on him, hit him, turn him. The adventure begins. We just can't be satisfied with just stopping it.
We've got to forget the past. We have to forget what happened in Sweden. We got to forget what happened in Vancouver. Now it's time to go to Athens and take care of business.
Proud of you. You're the best son ever. My boy, the best son anybody could ever have. Trying to make me so proud. God, you're the best one you I love you too, my boy. I never thought we'd be here.
Night and day is more than you'll say, 'cause all my feelings are more than I can let by or not, more than you've got. Just follow the day, follow the day and reach for that
I got injured 11 years ago, a freak accident out at a lake cabin. I got pushed off the balcony and broke my neck.
My friend who was driving on the freeway went into the median and hit a tree.
I got thrown out the back of a pickup truck, and I spent about 14 hours in a canal hanging onto a branch.
I contracted a neurological disorder when I was 1, but it's allowed me to play quad rugby.
We're gonna divvy you guys up a little bit. We're gonna show you a little bit of rugby, and then those of you that want to try it after we're done kind of giving a live speed version of rugby. Anyone that's Air Force, Marines, or Navy, you guys are gonna be with the blue team, and then all the Army guys will be with the red team.
My job is to hold him and then hopefully snag a wheel on his way by. If I can slow him down for 1 second or maybe 2 seconds, then I've done my job.
It's full wheelchair contact. You know, it's definitely a lot of fun. If you like football and any physical sports, then you'll definitely love wheelchair rugby.
So I guess we're gonna play so you guys can actually see the game.
I can't throw that far just so that you guys...
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Can you throw from me?
None of us could in the beginning.
Don't worry about it. You're going to do an awesome job. You're going to do a fabulous job.
Congratulations. May God continue to bless our country.
Joe, bring it in.
It's coming, baby.
Come on, Joe, right there.
No way, that's fair.
Clear.